Hello, everybody. Welcome to the week 12 announcements for Astronomy 151. Let's get ourselves oriented for the week because we only have 3 weeks left. We have week 12, week 13, and week 14, and then it is winter break, or at least we still have the final. But we'll leave for Thanksgiving and we won't be returning to campus, and there won't be any new material in class. Let's go ahead and pay attention to what we have for these final weeks, though, because we have a pretty tight schedule and we don't want to drop this ball this close to the finish line. So let's finish out this semester strong by paying attention and being on top of what we have left to accomplish. The big one for this week is that we have quiz 5. Many of you have already taken the quiz. And you have until 9 p.m. to complete your first attempt of quiz 5. As always, I'll be creating a discussion based on the results that I'll release tomorrow. And then you can interact with me, read over what the most difficult concepts were to shore up what you had missed so you can have a better showing on quiz 5 second attempt this Thursday. With only weeks 13 and 14 in the future, we have a tight schedule. So quiz 6 is next week. The quiz 6 hints are on Canvas, and it's going to cover Unit 2, Part 3, or at least the second half of it, which will be what's left about the Earth. So we have surface heating, the greenhouse effect, climate change, the Earth's magnetosphere, and just planetary magnetic fields in general. And then the really fascinating topic about Earth's tides and the tidal force. And then we will be covering on quiz 6, Unit 2, Part 4 about the moon. So we have the moon's synchronous orbit, we have its surface features, and we have its formation and evolution. That's all of Unit 2, Part 4. So it is a pretty big quiz to get us situated, and that will lead us into the upcoming exam 3. Your exam 2 grades have been posted. If you haven't looked, go ahead and take a look. If you see any anomalies, be sure to let me know. Exam 3 is the last full week that we have of this class. The last week I will be releasing content for this class. That is week 14. That's not next week, but the week after. I'll be trying to get you the must knows posted this week so you can really start organizing your schedule. You can build out your pathway to success for the end of fall 2020. We're all excited about the end of fall 2020. All right. I have also, after trying to figure out some information from the university and not getting a whole lot, settled on some dates to take the final exam. It seems that there are no real guidelines for how to do final exams for asynchronous classes. So what I'm going to do is on the first day that final exams are available, that is Wednesday, the 2nd of December at 9 a.m., I'm going to open up the final exam for you to take. I'm going to leave that window open until Friday, the 4th of December, the third day of final exams, all the way until 11:59 p.m. So that gives you Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Pick the day that works best for your schedule. Take the final exam there. Once you start it, you'll have 2 hours to complete the exam. So anytime within those 3 days, clear out 2 hours in your schedule to take the final exam. It is a comprehensive exam, so it does cover all the material that we've gone over this semester, which is a bit daunting. But also, as a comprehensive exam, I don't want this to be like the make or break part of the semester for you. I want it to be a assessment that sort of gives me an idea of how well you all did, and it gives you the opportunity to improve your grade if you need to bump it up a little bit. So the comprehensive final is only 5% of the overall grade. This is half of what the in-class exams 1, 2, and 3. That takes a little bit of the pressure off the comprehensive final, and it gives you a little bit of choices, and it really gives you the mobility to improve your grade if that's what you're looking to do with the final. Uh, so before you actually take the final, what I'm going to do is I'll have all your grades in for this semester. So all your exam grades, all your homework grades, all your weekly engagement exercise grades. I will have all the data I need to calculate what your current average is in the class. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to release 2 different grades for you to take a look at. One will be, what is your current average? Just, we have had all this material. What is your current average in the class? The other one is going to be what your grade will be in the class if you skip the final. It's only 5% of your grade, so it can only lower your grade by 5%. If you have a 95, then if you skip the final, you'll have a 90. which an A is an A in my class. I don't apply minuses whenever I report grades to the university. So you'll get your 4.0 GPA. You'll get an A. That way, you can take a look at the grade if you skip the final. And if you're happy with it, save yourself the trouble of studying and don't worry about it. Also notice that 5% of the final exam, I also offer 5% added as extra credit. You could just do all the extra credit assignments and skip the final. That would essentially replace the final. And also, if you do the extra credit appropriately, give you a perfect score on the final. Please remember that those extra credit opportunities are available. There are 2 different essays you can write, and you can do each one twice. But I put a total cap at plus 5% added to your final grade in this class. Not the grade on your final, the final average to this class. So half a letter grade added. Also, please don't forget I have office hours twice per week. Go ahead and stop in, say hello, let me know how you're doing. And finally, let's end this video with the assignments that we have and the assignments that are on the horizon. This will pretty much cover the rest of the semester. So the week 12 engagement exercise will be due this Sunday, the 8th of November at 11:59 p.m. As always, I'll try to get the question set out by Thursday evening. I haven't missed that date yet, and you will have an infinite number of tries to complete it to the grade that you would really like, which is hopefully a 10 out of 10. The week So in week 12, that's this week, we have homework 8. Unit 2, part 3 is due. So on the 4th of November, this Wednesday, you have homework 8 due. So please keep that in mind. Don't miss this. There are only a couple of homeworks left on the schedule. And remember that homework is worth 35% of your overall grade in an asynchronous class. I think a lot of the grade weight should be on the material that you have time to digest and work on and get multiple attempts to really prove that you are learning the material. So don't skip out on the last 2 homework assignments, because what we also have is homework 9 will be due in week 14, not next week, but the week after. That's the last week, full week of classes. It is also the last homework assignment for this class, and it'll cover unit 2, part 4. That's the moon. And it'll cover unit 3, part 1, the terrestrial planets. So Mercury, Venus, and Mars. Note that this is due on the same week as exam 3, and exam 3 covers the same material, or a lot of the same material. I don't really like that as a setup, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that you have access to homework 9 early this week. That way you can complete the assignment to help you prepare for exam 3 well before the due date. I will have covered all the material by the end of week 13, so there's no problem with that. So I just want to let you know that in week 14, we will have the last homework assignment due. It is technically due that Wednesday, but I highly, highly encourage you to get it done prior to exam 3. I really have designed this homework assignment to help you prepare for the 3rd exam. It's sort of an interactive must-knows, or at least that's how I felt about the homework assignment whenever I was originally generating it and as I've been updating it. So that's your week 12 announcements and assignments. I will see you in this week's videos. And please do not forget the last homework assignments, and make sure that by 9 p.m. tonight, you have taken your first attempt of quiz 5. Thanks for tuning in.